There's a new movie available for streaming on all the usual platforms. It's a very powerful film called Lilly.
Sometimes in life you hit a turning point.
Oh, Lilly!
You gotta be more careful, girl.
And that was it for me.
How long have you worked there?
Just shy of 20 years.
And joining us now is the co-writer, producer, and director. It is a great pleasure to welcome from Los Angeles, Rachel Feldman. Rachel, welcome to Our City Tonight.
Thank you so much. It's such a pleasure to be here with you. Thank you.
Yeah, you're quite welcome. A pleasure to have you as well. First off, congratulations on this film. I said this a number of times over the last few years. There's always movies each year that you want to say deserve, almost demand people see. And I really think this is one of those movies. People need to know the history and the acts and courage of people that came before them. Give our viewers a little background on this extraordinary woman, Lilly Ledbetter.
Well, Lilly was a self-described Alabama grandma who worked at the Goodyear Tire Factory in Gadsden, Alabama. She got the job at the age of 40 because she wanted to have the best paycheck in her county. And she had grown up in poverty. It was really important to her that she raise her family in the middle class. And so she took this job in this toxic environment. It was a tire factory, and also a socially toxic environment because of the sexual harassment. She was the only woman who worked on the floor, and she worked her butt off for 20 years with the men treating her absolutely terribly just because she wanted that paycheck. And so when she found out nearing retirement 20 years later that she had been paid nearly half as much as all the other men in the factory, something inside of her just cracked, because she'd been putting up with all of this just for the paycheck. And then to find out that they were cheating her just enlivened something in her about her own sense of justice that took her to the EEOC and then took her to a court. And she had a wonderful, wonderful lawyer, John Goldfarb, who's a character in the movie, who took her all the way through. And she fought bureaucrats and bullies and Congress and corporations. And when she could no longer win for herself, she became an advocate and an activist for others. And she single-handedly changed the law, the very first piece of legislation that President Obama signed when he became president in 2009.
Yeah, I must say, this is the story of an extraordinary woman performed by an extraordinary woman herself. How vital was it to get someone, we love this woman, Patricia Clarkson, who I've never seen her deliver a bad performance, and in this movie, Lilly is her.
Yes, yes. Well, Patty comes from a political family. Her mother, Jackie Clarkson, had been working in the city of New Orleans for most of her career, and Patty is the youngest of 5 girls, all of whom have careers. So Patty knew who Lilly Ledbetter was. She knew why her story was important. And I was the luckiest filmmaker in the world for her to say yes to me and to my project. I'm not a famous director. I've been working in television all my career. This is my first feature film. And, you know, there's a preconception for a lot of movie stars that television directors are not great directors. And she is not that kind of a person. She really trusts her instincts. She trusts her gut. She loved the script. She knew that Lilly's story was compelling. She and I clicked, and she said yes. And she, as you said, she really embodied Lilly. She really brought her to life. And I have both of these women in my life. I mean, unfortunately, Lilly has since passed, but, you know, Lilly was a very dear friend of mine, and Patricia is a very dear friend of mine. And they're very separate people, obviously, but I really feel like Patty brought her home. Patty brought Lilly to life.
We should talk about some of the work that you do in this category. You have been a fighter for gender equality in the very male-dominated still film and television industry. You were also part of the group Activists for Women Behind the Camera Who Can Be Seen. And Gina Davis's very important movie, This Changes Everything. So you really are in that area and obviously could really relate to what Lilly went through.
Absolutely. I mean, I saw Lilly on television watching the DNC, like most people did, the Democratic National Convention in 2008. I was sitting on the couch with my husband. I did not know who Lilly Ledbetter was at the time. I'm kind of embarrassed to say at this moment. And she came out on stage and delivered this speech with such grace and dignity and power about gender equity, about fair pay, about women's rights, to an audience of arguably millions of people. And this was 2008. So this is before Time's Up, before Me Too. This is at a time in Hollywood when people were still saying, really, women don't work as much as men, even though there were statistics to prove it. And so here is this woman talking about it. Of course, it related to her field, which was she was a factory worker. And here's the situation where I'm a Hollywood film director. She's an Alabama tire factory, and we have the same issue. And so does every other woman in the world who works. And so I was really touched by her. And I said to my husband, there's a story here. There's a movie here. There's an Erin Brockovich, Norma Ray. There's, we love these kinds of social justice movies that are really about people and families and filled with heart. And that was the story I went after. I wasn't really as interested in making a movie about fair pay per se. I was interested in making a film about a remarkable woman, an ordinary woman who did an extraordinary thing.
Hey, I got to wrap up on, before we let you go on, you talked earlier about coming up through the TV ranks. Again, old enough to remember some of these shows. You really have done a lot of great TV shows as a director. I cite Picket Fences, one of the great shows of the 90s. Still a favorite, Doogie Howser, MD, The Commish, Dr. Quinn, Medicine Woman. Recently, The Rookie, Criminal Minds, Blue Bloods. Are you still continuing to do both? This is your first feature film, as you said, but can you do both? Are you interested in doing both?
Absolutely. I love directing television. It's a very, very different job than directing a movie. When you direct a movie, you run the summer camp. It's your camp.
Right.
And when you work in television, you're just one of the counselors. But
That's a great analogy. We have the same thing on our show. I got people behind the camera that tell me what to do. So.
Exactly. And I have to give a shout out to Vancouver because that's where we shot The Commish. And the greatest crews, the greatest people, the greatest food, had a wonderful, wonderful many, many years in Vancouver. So I haven't had the pleasure to shoot in Toronto, but I would like to. But yes, I don't have an agent at the moment because I've been working on one movie now for close to 4 years. And I haven't had time. You can't leave a movie. It's like you have a newborn baby. You can't leave it, right? So that's been a full-time job. But now my baby is walking and in nursery school, and it's on Netflix, and I can go take other jobs. So now I need to get an agent who represents directors in television so that I can get back to that.
I think just show them your resume and this movie, I don't think you'll have any trouble getting an agent. That's for sure, Rachel.
Thank you.
You are quite welcome, and thank you for joining us. It has been an absolute pleasure. And again, congratulations on this movie. I'm not trying to be overly dramatic, but again, as I said off the top, movies like this deserve, and really it demands that people see this. This is history. See the people that led the way for the generations after. Rachel Feldman is the co-writer, producer, and director of a movie called Lilly with Patricia Clarkson. See this. It's a heroic film, and it's streaming now on all the usual platforms. And for a longer version of this interview, you can check out the podcast version at ourcitytonighttv.com. Rachel, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much. It's been such a pleasure.
You too. This segment was sponsored by the Richmond Sentinel, providing news, entertainment, and human interest stories in print and online.